Good morning, boys and girls. Today we celebrate the Solemnity of All Saints. We treat different days in church calendar differently. A ferial day would be a normal day. Then we have a memorial, which would be a certain saint that we're remembering. Then there would be a feast, which would be a saint that's particularly important to a region. And then there is a solemnity, which means it has importance for everyone, no matter what. And today we have the Feast of All Saints, which is also one of 5 holy days of obligation. In this country we have 5. In Ireland they have 11, so we have it a lot easier than they do. And if a holy day of obligation falls on a Saturday or a Monday, we say it's no longer a day of obligation. So typically we have 3 or 4 holy days of obligation a year. I'm really proud of you because not only do we go to school mass on Fridays, but we've included this. Again, about 3 or 4 times a year, we add an extra mass because there's something we're celebrating that's so important. What are we celebrating today? Yes. Say that louder. The saints in heaven, what else? What else are we celebrating? So All Saints' Day, which is reminding us, whenever we have a holy day of obligation, today we have All Saints' Day, it's reminding us of a certain teaching. It's not just, well, this is a lovely day, we're all tired from dressing up for Halloween, so we should just go to Mass. We're trying to remember something as well about our faith. Raise your hand if you've been confirmed and you have a particular patron saint. Some of us have received the sacrament of confirmation. We have our own patron saint, yes. So that patron saint of yours has a specific day in the year in which that saint is celebrated, and it's not today. My patron saint, St. Francis of Assisi, was October 4th. We all have different patron saints, and they all have their own feast day. Today we celebrate all the saints we don't know about. So some of you have a great-great-great-grandmother who is really holy. Some of you have a great-great-grandfather who followed God by the way he lived. And therefore they are in heaven. Whoever is in heaven is a saint. And so one of the things that we remember in this Mass is it's just the people on the holy cards that are saints. It's not just St. Francis and St. Clare that are saints. It's that you and I, each one of us, are called to be saints. You are called to be holy just like your patron saint. You are called to be holy just like Mother Teresa. And sometimes we get it in our head that it's too hard, or the saints had something special that I don't. If you have a patron saint, she or he went to Mass. The same Mass that you and I are in now. If you have a patron saint, she or he received the Eucharist and prayed in front of the Eucharist. The same Eucharist that you and I receive and pray in front of here and now. We have all the same stuff as our patron saint. A little bit more. We have the internet. We have Fortnite. Your saints did not have Fortnite. Now, some of those things can also be a distraction. But God has given us everything we need to one day have our own saint card. St. Joseph of Cupertino is a patron saint of students, and sometimes gets used as a patron saint of those who didn't study enough for their test, so they pray for his help. St. Francis of Assisi would be a patron saint of animals. St. Gianna Molla would be a patron saint of doctors. And I see St. Gianna hidden here among us, like Where's Waldo? Think of what kind of patron saint you would want to be someday. If you lived the life God was calling you, to use your particular gifts, maybe of music, maybe of art, maybe of playground diplomacy. If you use the gifts that God gave you, what would you be the patron saint of? What kind of intercession would you offer to those who asked for your help down the road? We're going to hear in the prayer of the offerings, it's the prayer right before the preface where we say, "The Lord be with you and with your spirit. Lift up your hearts. We lift them up to the Lord. Let us give thanks to the Lord our God. It is right and just." This is right before it. And we hear in that prayer, thanking the saints for their concern for our salvation. Your great-great-great-grandfather, St. Francis of Assisi, St. Catherine of Siena, each of them says, "I want you to draw close to God because that's the happiest you will be." And so that's one of the many things that we celebrate today, that the saints want us to be close to God, that we have the possibility of being saints. We have everything we need. This is the great and beautiful gift of our faith. Praised be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Amen. Let us stand and profess our faith. I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, of all things visible and invisible.